Sunday. Well, I have nowhere to go. The basement is the only chance I have of surviving. And I know you may be wondering what the heck I'm talking about. Let me tell you a bit of a backstory so you know just how effed I am right now. So it was a normal Saturday morning, nothing at all going on. I was watching some TV when a breaking news broadcast came through. This just in, Plainview residents should avoid doors and windows and stay indoors. Dangerous creatures have killed and eaten members of the small town. Updates will be frequent. What? Immediately I got scared. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually scared out of my mind. I quickly called Rowley and he said that one of the killings happened right outside his house. Rowley lived straight up the road from me and he said that they were coming this way. I quickly began to prepare with Roderick. We gathered up weapons and tools to defend ourselves from whatever these creatures were. Roderick even had a gun with a scope, but don't even ask me where he got that. Meanwhile, Mom was freaking out about Dad because he was still at work. Manny was sitting in the living room just casually watching TV, like nothing was happening. If worse came to worse, we could just use that little crap as bait. While we were watching the door, we heard a banging on the door. It was Dad. He was flipping out. I'm sure he was going to kick the door down if we didn't let him in. Greg, open the door! Roderick, someone! Susan, please, help! Once Dad was inside, we tried to ask him what had happened. He was speaking in hysterics and was breathing heavily. He had a visible bite on his hand and was bleeding out of it. For the time being, he was out of commission and we couldn't get any information from him. We still had no idea what these creatures were or what they were capable of, so we just had to sit and guard. After a while, Dad was finally able to speak. Those things, they are not from this earth. They can't be. They're like dogs, but alien dogs. They killed the Jeffersons family this morning, and that's when the news sent out that broadcast. I was able to avoid them most of the way here, but I got bit and then I... After that, Dad passed out right there at the table. I couldn't believe it. Riley was dead. But his story didn't make sense. I had just spoken to Riley after. Dad said he was killed. Just then, the phone rang in the other room. I went and picked up the phone, and wouldn't you believe it? Riley was on the other side of it. Riley said I should go to his house, but something didn't seem right about it. As I was on the phone, there was a loud crash and screeching sound at the door. I went to check it out and saw one of those things. I'm going to say right now, that scared the literal crap out of me. I fell back in shock and called for Roderick. I looked back out the window and the thing was gone. I didn't know where it went and I began to panic. This thing could tear me to shreds in an instant. Roderick came in for support and thought I was joking when I said I saw the thing. Roderick wasn't going to think I was joking in a minute. There was a sound of breaking glass upstairs, and when that happened, Roderick's face went white. We hesitantly went upstairs to investigate, but we stopped dead in our tracks when we heard Manny scream. Manny was up in his room where we heard the window break. Roderick and I heard the cracking of bones, and after a few seconds, it went silent. Roderick and I opened the door slowly and were horrified by the scene. Manny had been torn to shreds. There was blood everywhere, and his decapitated head was all that remained. Roderick went in to search for the thing that killed him, and we found out where it went off to. The vents. Roderick and I quickly headed downstairs. Mom wanted to know what had happened, and we told her that Manny was dead. She went into shock and began to freak out. She was out like a light within seconds. Now it was just me, Roderick, and that thing. We were searching for it around the house, wherever there were vents. We heard it in the bathroom and quickly took position to fight it. I opened the door and Roderick took a shot. Roderick! Straight into my shoulder. Hurt like heck. I began yelling at Roderick for being an idiot, but soon we realized that the thing was nowhere to be seen. It must have went back into the vents and was somewhere else. That's when Dad came in. He looked like crap and his veins were starting to turn black. Dad then started to speak. Give me the gun, Roderick. You guys won't even feel it. It was clear to me that bite on his hand was messing with his brain. Roderick must have thought the same thing too because he refused to give the gun to Dad. Dad tackled Roderick to the ground, but unfortunately for Dad, he got a bullet in the gut. Roderick. Dad laid on the floor, bleeding out of his wound. Roderick was visibly shaken after he shot him. Dad then spoke his final words. Flip you! And with that, Dad was dead. Oh man, in all that chaos, me and Roger completely forgot about the thing still running about. We also forgot about Mom, who was just now walking up. She saw Dad lying dead and started freaking out again. But before she could do anything, the thing was already on her. Roderick acted quickly. He pulled up his gun and shot the thing right in the back. Unfortunately, the bullet went through both Mom and the thing. As they say, Roderick got 2 birds with 1 stone. Mom! Now it was just me and Roderick. Roderick figured if we stuck together, we would have a better chance of survival. I thought he was out of his mind because he had just killed almost half the family. As we were arguing, I noticed something coming down the stairs. It was Manny's head, but it had spidery legs. What the? Manny? Roderick fired his gun, but of course he flipping missed, and Manny leapt toward me. Luckily, I dodged out of the way, and luckily, Manny got into Roderick. Manny started biting Roderick a lot. I didn't know what to do. I was too dazed by the attack. Roderick, however, managed to toss Manny out a window. Roderick was severely injured and was bleeding pretty bad. Roderick fell to the floor and was covering up blood, looking like he wasn't going to make it. Roderick handed me his gun and said, "You know what to do, Greg." I knew what I had to do. I ran and got medical supplies and started tending to Roderick. Roderick was barely staying awake. I don't think he knew what was going on. I started hearing more of those things out there. Those efforts are loud, louder than anything I've ever heard. I don't know where they came from, but frankly, I don't care. I knew I couldn't take them on with my own with Roderick out of action. I went to the safest spot I knew, the basement. As I was moving Roderick downstairs, he said something. "Greg, I'm not gonna make it. Go without me." After hearing that, I took him down the rest of the stairs and set him down. I got Roderick's gun and I did what I had to do. Had no other choice. He would have turned and then I would be dead too. I was still concerned about the spider, Mandy lurking around the rest of those things. I didn't have any food or water in the basement, so I had to go up to get some. I ran into the kitchen and quickly grabbed as many essentials I could. As I was gathering supplies, that Manny head thing came back. He was looking madder than I'd ever seen. I knew what that little crap was capable of, so I cut my losses and ran back down the stairs before he was able to attack. I ran faster than I had ever ran before. Once I was in the basement, I checked to see if he was under the door. I was expecting him to be, but I wasn't expecting his voice on the other end. "Bobby!" Little crap still knows how to say Bobby. After that happened, I was too scared to go back up on much of anything, really. I've been down here waiting for something, anything to save me, military or someone. There's nothing much I can do other than write and wait until dawn. If this is the last entry, then that means I'm dead. There's no way in heck I will let these events be forgotten. I'll try to write soon, but for now, I'll just get some sleep. Monday. I woke to gunfire and some people shouting, "It's the military! Hallelujah! My wish was granted!" I'll wait for them to find me. I've seen enough movies to know that if I go out there, I'll be shot when they find me. I just hope they don't shoot me. Thursday. My therapist thinks I should keep writing this thing. I don't know why, but that's what she said. I'm going to break down what has happened these past few days. Once the military found me in the basement, they took me prisoner and escorted me out of Plainview. Since I was a witness, they put me in a mental institution as some sort of cover-up. They said I murdered my entire family and that I was making up these creatures to get away with it. That's bullcrap right there. I don't know how they are going to cover up that entire town being run over and killed by these things. They aren't telling me anything about Plainview. I saw news reports that says that I killed them all. They said I killed the Jefferson family and then went to my house and killed my family. They say that I'm crazy and that those things never really existed, only in my mind. I'm not crazy. Those things killed my family. I'm not crazy. No one believes my story, but you believe me, right?